Hey everybody, welcome. Have you had a long, hard week? Family, work, the hustle and bustle of the world. Well, sounds like you need a little R&R. Rumbleverse Radio, that is!
Baller warrior like you never seen. Imagine the Royal Rumble taking place on the street where it's on site, hand to hand, no snipes. Fine chicken in the street to be charged from the fight. Elbow drops from the top of a building. Oh, what a feeling! Damage competition with special moves that are vicious. To be the last one standing in a shrinking ring is the goal. No holds barred, winning is everything. That's where you find Nick and Nate. Nick with a luchador mask, Nate's a hipster, no debate. In the Rumbleverse, you gotta brawl, that's the only way. Even though some escape just to brawl another day. It's a magnificent melee, a fun-filled fight for fighters of all age. You had a long week, you need some R&R, you know? And the R&R's a Rumbleverse Radio, yeah.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Rumbleverse Radio. I'm one of your MCs for the night, Nick. Here with me today is my co-host.
Hi, it's Nate, the hipster with no debate.
With no debate? I think there's no debate that you are a hipster who is called Nate. I don't think that... yeah.
Moving on.
English is hard for you, isn't it? A little bit. You have the grasp of it, but you just have a little binky in your mouth.
You just don't understand, okay?
Oh, yeah, I don't understand the plight of the hipster. Poor little Gen Zer.
Zeitgeist.
How's it going, everybody? So, a little behind the scenes here. We were all ready to get started with this glorious podcast called Rumbleverse Radio. Might have heard of it, you might have just now heard of it. But the people over at Iron Galaxy decided to crap on our parade and decided to give a little bit more time to their developers.
The indecency.
The audacity. But hey, you know what? That means we're going to get a better game out of it. I'm okay with that because I am Mr. Hype, Mr. Rumbleverse Hype himself incarnate, and I'm ready for it to come out whenever it's ready. Announced today they are pushing it back. It's no longer coming out on the 15th, or early access is no longer coming out on the 8th. It's coming out, I believe, like a week later. I don't know. You know what? We're going to keep our eyes open because now we have a PC play, They get all the good stuff. Poor console peasants just sitting on their straws of heaves and just begging for, please, sir, can I have a beta? So,
that's not how they sound, yeah.
February 12th, right before the Day of Love. So, and maybe you'll get a good chance at the Rumbleverse there. But it's coming out on the consoles as well. They'll be doing a beta there, so I'm excited either way. Luckily, I have a PC, so I can still kind of participate in that, and I hope I do. Hoppity I do. That's true. You know what? So originally this was going to be like, hey, this is what Rumbleverse is, and we were going to go through all that. But since it's been pushed back, we're going to push that back, and instead you're just going to get a chance to kind of get to know us. So yeah, why don't we start with you, Nate? Because I feel like I've been talking up a mine shaft. That's a word. That's a phrase. That's a phrase. That's a phrase. Yeah.
It is now.
It is now.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. You heard it here first, folks. Well, a little about me. Question here, Nick, is how deep are we wanting to go?
I mean, I don't know. However deep you feel that the Rumbleverse Radio community needs to know.
Well, here's about my anxiety. No.
Right. Every night at 7 o'clock.
Every night I wake. Yeah, so I'm actually not I don't know. Should I tell the kids I'm not a hipster? No, I feel like I am.
I mean, you are. You kind of
Yeah,
are.
I am.
You
I am.
can't wear this and have this and do little nerd glasses and not call yourself a hipster. I mean, as you might recall, there is no debate. So,
Well, actually, no. When it comes to like games, I pretty much play a lot of different things. One of them is not wrestling though, so I am a complete and absolute noob and going to be when it comes to this probably more than Fortnite.
yeah.
But I feel like that's going to run in my favor. Potentially, it could be a complete bomb. I might just lose my train of thought. Anyway, Nick, why don't you go? Guys, you saw brain dissociation live on air. Good Lord. But no, why don't we go ahead and move on to Nick?
Okay.
And then we'll come back to me.
Okay.
Because it's about me.
Okay. Well, my name is Nick. You're supposed to say hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
That's how they do it in those classes when they need.
Oh, gotcha.
Anyways. And originally, I came up with the idea for this not when it was announced at the Game Awards, but actually after when they had the preview, and I was actually able to see some footage of this game, and I definitely kind of fell in love with it immediately because I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is kind of cool. Because unfortunately, this is what happens. You can totally agree with me, and you have to contractually. But what happens when any kind of game like this gets announced, you're like, well, great, another battle royale. And that's definitely what I thought. I'm like, oh, cool, so you're just kooky characters and beating each other up, like, okay, whatever. But then I saw it, I'm like, oh no, this actually looks pretty dope. Pretty dope. That's what the Gen Z say, right? I'm hip. I'm with it.
Now we ruined it with the talk.
But no, so that's when I fell in love with it, when I actually got to see it in action or whatever. So admittedly, it was not love at first sight for me in the Rumbleverse or whatever. But it was love at first gameplay.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Like I said, we'll go back to me. Are you finished with you?
Oh no, let's go back to you. Okay, wouldn't want to share the spotlight with somebody.
First off, I gotta ask. Are we finished with you?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you'd know when I was finished.
God, keep going. Oh wait,
that was gross. All right, go ahead, sir.
You sent me a clip of the game. I don't think I actually watched the Game Awards live when this aired. And I'm like, yeah, this looks cool. This looks fun. Not a wrestling fan, so it's like if there's a lot of things specific about like the moves that they're including or little like stuff meta wise, like I'm just kind of like, sure, whatever. So as much videos as I've seen, like it looks fun, it looks cool, and I'll be honest with you, I think the fact that it very much mirrors Fortnite a lot in terms of visuals is kind of what's not necessarily what's keeping me there. But like I have an interest in it, but I feel like I'm going to enjoy it way more when I actually get hands on overall.
I think as far as like hypotuditude, I am definitely up there. Because like I see the potential of this just being just a really fun game, and I think that's what engaged me at first. Not only that, but just like imagining like doing an MC for like a tournament or something. Be like, oh yeah, he goes in, oh, and he pile drives him, and like being able to like really get into it, just have a lot of fun with it. Honestly, that is what intrigued me from the very beginning. It's like imagining this as an esport and just having so much fun with it. And to a certain degree, even if you're not winning, it's just still fun because like getting pile drived off the top of a freaking skyscraper, how can you get mad at that?
Yeah, well also like the thing that I think draws me away from Fortnite or has is the feeling I have to be very far back.
Yeah.
And like I think even in one of the videos or one of the trailers that I watched, like that's something that they mirror. It's like, put down your long range and like get ready to get up close and personal. And it's like, okay, and that sounds fun. Now, there are some potential worries that I have when it comes to gameplay as far as how up close it is. But
Mm-hmm.
like the fact of if I'm mid game and let's say I'm getting just run up on and I see someone else going to do I'm going to say a finisher because I'm not going to absolutely roast myself with zero wrestling knowledge from a skyscraper, like that makes for great gameplay.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
in general.
Yeah. So, I mean, in general, like it's definitely something that we're looking forward to. I think so far, like as far as the podcast goes, it also just has a lot of potential for us to have fun with it. Exhibit A. And I mean that's kind of where we're headed with this. We want to have a lot of fun with this. We want to build a community as far as, you know, having tournaments, and, you know, maybe some tournaments will be for a cause, some of it will just be for fun, and maybe some of it will be, you know, like an actual like money tournament or something like that. But building a community of people and really just enjoying the game, having a good time with it, and really kind of celebrating its wrestling background. I already have plans to have somebody from another podcast on. They have a wrestling podcast, and we're actually going to do a crossover where they come on and talk about wrestling on our podcast, and I go over there and talk about the video game on their podcast. So kind of like crossing over with each other and bringing in that, you know, inspiration of wrestling that this game clearly has. I mean, you have your lucho masks, you have your, you know,
Horse masks.
Yeah, the horse mask, like all the different like outfits are clearly like, okay, let's get kooky with this. Let's just have a lot of fun with it. And so I feel like the possibilities could be endless as far as all that goes. So this might have been a real short episode, but we really just kind of wanted to get something out, let you guys know what to expect from us. Also, Apple takes forever to authenticate their podcast. So, hey, the sooner we can get something out, the sooner that you could hopefully be listening to this on Apple. But if you're not listening on Apple, then you can listen to it on Spotify or Anchor. So check us out there. Or every Thursday, we're going to be going live. We're going to talk a little bit about the game, and then we're going to hopefully play it whenever it eventually comes out. But for now, that's going to be it for the podcast segment of the show. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully so much more to come, so much more information. Next episode, we will be diving into the basics of the game so that when you do hopefully get into that test or into any of the beta tests, you'll kind of know what to do. You'll kind of know the basics of it, because honestly, there can be a lot of information thrown at you if you're just watching a video. So hopefully we can help you out with that part of it. And go ahead and follow us on our social medias at TX3 Productions. You can email us anytime you want at rumbleverseradio@gmail.com or anything like that. All right, thank you guys so much. I was Nick.
And I was Nate.